La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. Happy Thursday. Getting closer to the weekend here. Right now on the screen, I have Myria up. This is the USD price chart. Full disclosure, I don't own any. This was a request from my Quantum Circle group, so I wanted to make sure I got her hooked up. So looking at this right now, guys, I'm going to pull this back to July of 2023. You can see on the price chart, the price is down 33% since that moment in time. I flip over to the market cap chart. The market cap is up 1100% since that exact same period in time. So market cap is up 12x. The USD chart is down a third. So what does that tell you? That tells you there's something going on with the tokenomics here. We have to use the market cap in order to measure the USD price. So we're going to take that info from here and we will pull it over. I just realized I didn't have the bottom of that chart, but you should be fixed now. All right, so let's roll. Looking at this, I already showed you that. We're going to get rid of it. Let's go ahead and do a quick Elliott Wave count to see where we're at here on the macro. This is the daily. We could have broken it down a little bit more to the weekly, but that's all right. We got 5 wave moves, 5 waves up to the top there. And what we ended up happening, so that goes all the way back to March of 2024. What ends up happening after that is a macro A, B, C. And the way to make sure that's complete is we want to take the distance of wave 1, or of the A wave, 86%. The C wave at minimum has to be that same amount. We pull this down on the C wave and you see 86%. So it does look like it completed ABC here for Myria, and we should be looking to get going the other direction. Now, what we're talking about across the board in markets is we're looking for waves 3, 4, and 5 and what our targets are there. So right here, 1, we're still working on the macro 2 right now. Should be resolving sooner than later, you would think. And then we want to look at waves 3, 4, and 5 and figure out exactly where are each of those waves going to stop out. And that's why we are here making this video. But before I do that, guys, join the Quantum Circle. Entries, exits, strategy, emotional and mental clarity, 2 daily macro videos a day, a whole lot more. Link to that is in the bio, but that's where the real alpha is, my friends. All right, let's take a look here. First thing we want to do is we want to draw a fib range. I'm using 2 different softwares here, bear with me. Draw a fib range over that guy. And you can see that on this first drawdown, first wave got us really close up here to the 236, which makes sense. If you look, there is, I mean, obviously that's a major fib, but you look at some of the prices that got caught out in there, right? We had a top there. We came down, back tested it there, temporarily broke through. We have a top here, a top here. So it makes sense that that's the area we got stopped out. All right, but now we got to figure out, all right, what are we doing here for waves 3, 4, and 5, and what are some plausible areas for us to stop out? This thing's getting annoying. There we go. All right, so what I want to do is I want to look at this last wave back here from the top of the Trump pump, December of 2024. We're going to draw that down. Sure enough, check this out. Full extension gets us a little bit above the 1618, but the 3618 of this range matches the 1618 right here on the broader time frame, right? So for me, that's going to be a huge area of interest right up here at that level. Let me make this green. Let's make that line a little bit thicker. All right, so that's where I'm looking. Across the board, we're looking at 4236s of that whole last drop, but I'm seeing that confluence up there just barely sets a new high. Could definitely see that, you know, being what's in play here. So I'm going to keep that in mind up there. What we also want to look at now is, okay, we're saying wave 5 brings us up into that level. And again, this is on the market cap chart, right? If we're looking at this on the price chart, when we pull it over, odds are it's not going to set a new high on the price chart. But from where we're at right now, that is looking like a 1300% or a 14x. We see a lot of the market kind of in that similar range, all right, between like a, you know, usually around a 10x. This thing closer to a 14x. but not a not off hugely. I'm trying to look up the market cap. Oh yeah, the market cap of Myria is only 26 million. I don't typically touch anything under 100 million, especially with TA, but again, this wasn't member request. So a 14x makes complete sense in that situation when you're only looking at a 26 $1 million market cap. I mean, at that point, you're around, this is really quick math, 400 million maybe at that point. So, it says it right there, 384 million at that point. So just have to, that could definitely get going. I know it's been depressed, but really small market cap. So how would waves 3 and 4 look if we're saying wave 5 gets us up there? Typically, we look to run back at least to the last local high. Oftentimes, we'll just barely exceed it. So I'm looking at the 1618 above that range. And then this wave 4, a lot of times will come down into this area as well. So on a wave 4, typically we're looking at 35 to 50%. With this thing being such a small market cap, we could talk 50+% on a drawdown would be completely plausible. So getting us back to that high is about 35%. I'm looking at these other retracement levels here, 47 down to the 786. 56 down to the 618. I kind of like this 618. Again, I know that's a 56% drop. Gets us pretty close to the top of wave 1 here, which would be a nice little clean back test before we go off into wave 5. So this is how I'm looking for Myria. I'm going to pull these prices over in a minute, but let's just take a look. Wave 1 would have gone 300% or a 4x. Wave 3, if this is the bottom, will go 590%, a 6.9x. And then wave 5, 385%, much closer to wave 1, which happens oftentimes in a 5-wave impulse. And you are looking at just under a 5x there for that last wave. But again, especially when you get a huge drawdown like that, it's going to give you a lot of potential on that last wave. So what we're doing right now in my quantum circle is we're looking to sell the wave 3s, buy the wave 4s, sell the wave 5s right off into glory. Easier said than done, but we do have a game plan. So let's go ahead now. I'm going to pull this over to the other chart to get our wave. So we're looking at 589% from the current price level. All right. 589% from the current price level. Where does that put us? 5, 8, 9. It's about as close as I'm going to get. Right up there, like 5.3, 0.0053. Right about there. So that's where we're talking about our wave 3 coming into. So you have your 1, 2. Right now on the other chart, we're talking about 3. And we're going to look for 4 and 5 here once I pull this over. So from that wave 3 high, wave 4, we're saying 56.5% drawdown. Where does that put us? 56.5%. Wow, look at this. That brings us right down into the wave 1 on the price chart. Right? So over here, we were talking about trying to get down to wave 1 on the price chart there, or on the market cap chart, but that's still short. But when I pull it over to the price chart, you can see that that was a pretty clean test of that level. What was I just doing? 56.5. 56.5 right there. Takes you right on top of that first wave. And then we have our 5th wave, which we said the 5th wave was going 385% from the bottom of the 4th. Where does that take us? 385%. Wow, it's pretty close. 385. Boom. Right there. 1.1 cents. Really close to a penny, guys. Which I talk about psychological numbers, all nice round psychological numbers all the time. I mean, it would not surprise me. This has us getting up to 1.1 cents. Would not surprise me if that stopped just shy of a penny. Okay, and you see that we did not set a new high on the price chart. We set a new high over here for sure. That was the high. We set a new high here on the market cap. Did not on the price chart. Let's see if there's a fib range associated with that. Bam, 618 of the price range. You guys saw it live. I haven't done this yet. So, yeah, I mean, just more confluence for that 1.15 cent level, 1.1 cent level. So, yeah, that's how we're looking, guys. Run up to 0.0053, a drop back down to 0.0022, and then we ride off into glory up here to the 1.1 cent level. That's how we're looking for Myria. I promise you that your favorite TA analysts aren't using the market cap chart like we just did here. and a lot of people are going to miss out because of it. So again, that's why I created the Quantum Circle. Go ahead and join that. Real-time trades, access to my portfolio, 2 macro videos a day, a Discord channel, and I teach you how to do TA just like me. If not, super appreciative you guys are even here. If you could follow, like, repost. I want to blast this info out to as many people as I can before it is too late. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday, and I will catch you later.